probably saw some of the headlines from around the country. During the COVID pandemic, every state in the country lost millions and millions of dollars to unemployment compensation fraud. What happened is some people maybe thought they were eligible for unemployment and applied, and they got it, all the way to folks stole other people's identities, applied for unemployment on their behalf, and obtained it through fraud. Now, when you look around the country, you see some staggering numbers. California estimates that they may have lost north of $11 billion to unemployment compensation fraud. New York thinks that they may have lost north of $5 billion. So we looked here in Mississippi, the state auditor's office did, to see what happened with our unemployment compensation fraud. We started with FY20, which really just captures the first few months of the COVID pandemic, and even just looking at that time, we saw that unemployment payments skyrocketed around 3,500%, and so too did the fraud. We lost about $117 million during that period to unemployment compensation fraud. Now, for point of comparison, think back last year, the big teacher pay raise was about $50 million, and we lost $117 million to fraud. My point is that we were going to and are going to continue auditing this money to make sure we understand how much we lost, but the country as a whole needs to prepare for the next recession, because one day it'll get here, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And when that day comes, we need to make sure, both as state governments and the federal government, that we have fraud prevention measures in place. We have the technology in place to prevent this from ever happening again. You can read our full analysis on the auditor's website, osa.ms.gov, and stay tuned next year for the full audit of that unemployment compensation fraud.